Welcome to Dubai's podcast. I'm your host, Brian Driggs, and today's guest is the owner or CEO of Retake. He had scaled the company from 0 to 8,000 orders a day, and then they were acquired by noon. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your business and go from there.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. So my name is Amol. I am the CEO of Retake, and here, for us, we are on a mission to make the world sustainable. And so, for us, it's not about just recycling devices or renting electronics, but yeah. So as I mentioned, so our solutions provide reducing the e-waste, promoting responsible consumption by the end users, and also give a new life to old devices. And so already we have reached thousands of satisfied customers, and we are ready to scale. So that's how I can tell in a short that what we are. And to tell about myself, so I have 10 plus years of experience in e-commerce industry. So because when I started, so I started with a fashion brand in India, and then again that was also startup. So from that time I really loved the idea of making customers happy through the digital space. And that's how I got this field as a very interesting space to be in. And then then after that I joined a startup which was into food delivery. And then we were helping restaurants to get their food delivered in the cheapest way. And we developed a software wherein we were able to optimize the deliveries to a level where a rider could pick up 2 3 orders and still be able to deliver in 45 minutes, which is a thing that was really appreciated. And we scale the I helped them scale the orders. And that's how we got acquired by Noon, and I was handling a grocery platform at Noon.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. So you actually started optimizing for food delivery, and that
Yes,
was when you
correct.
got acquired by noon, right?
Yes, correct. Because that's still to give perspective, logistic is something it's over evolving over a period of time.
Right.
And this sector is something everyone is trying to solve in the and that's why everyone wants to hire the best tech and everything. And we actually we feel proud about ourselves that we were able to design a software that was able to club the orders in such a way that the deliveries were optimized. And so that's how we got acquired.
Okay, that's amazing. Now, did you go to school for software development? Did you have a background in software development in India? Or walk
Okay.
me through that. Or did you just kind of stumble into your,
Sure.
playing
Sure.
around?
Sure. Yeah. So I'm from pure operations background, because my I started from customer service when I started my job. And that's how I was into customer service. Then I gradually went into vendor operations, and then operations entire business operations scaling. So that's my key competence. But again, once I started my own business, plus since I had this mind entrepreneur thing in me, that I really wanted to start something of my own. So obviously I know that it's good to have the skills of developing the websites and social media marketing and everything. So obviously I did certain certifications through online through. And I think nowadays YouTube and all these platforms are free, and you can just whenever you have time you can just go through it. So that's how I learned the website development as well. And so now the current website of Retake is developed by me itself. So you can say from a pure operations background guy to someone who is into development of software and all the app and everything. So you can say that it's a learning process that we learn over a period of time. And once you start your own, because of it's you are like one man army where you have to save the cost, manage the operation and everything. So I think that's how over a period of time we evolve, and we take up challenges. And once we are determined to solve a problem, I'm sure nothing can stop you.
I love that. I love that. I think
Yeah.
as entrepreneurs, I tell people like just get obsessed with solving problems, and
Correct.
you'll never run out of money as long as you do that.
Correct.
So,
Correct.
so I guess walk me through this. When did you make that move to come to Dubai?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, so it was never predetermined that I'll come to Dubai. It just happened it was something it was a destiny. Because what happened is, when I told you that I joined a food delivery startup, so I was hired from India itself to
Hmm.
help them set up the operations from India, because that's people love to outsource to India and Asian countries because it's cheaper that side. So then I was handling the entire operations from India, and then they really love the things that I'm doing from India. So they thought that it's really great if I can join the team here and then understand the ground reality, ground operational challenges, because I set up their entire customer service and everything. So then there was I just gave a small team to them. And then what happened is now then they wanted me here to solve the operational challenge. So that's how suddenly they just called me, and in a week of time, I had to prepare my passport, everything, and just I came to Dubai.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So when you come to Dubai, you're doing software development, you're doing operations management,
Yeah.
you're kind of like, boots on the ground. How long have you been there in Dubai?
So yeah, so it's like 7 years now. That
7 years now?
yeah,
Okay.
7 years now.
Yeah.
I
So
never
obviously
realized
you
when.
fell in love and you're not, yeah, you fell in love
Yeah,
with the
because
city
then
as did we.
correct, yeah, because I understood, because that time when I came in 2016, 17, so that was the time when the e-commerce was evolving in
Yeah.
GCC region. And then me being a pure e-commerce guy, I thought this is the right place to be. And I thought that this is the place where I can build something of my own. And I was just learning through the paths and everything, and that's how I gained all the knowledge that's required to be in the GCC. And then that's how I started my own business.
That is awesome. That's very inspirational. So right now, Retake, as of right now, you guys take in phones, repurposing phones,
Correct.
things like that, right?
Correct.
Um,
So, okay. So, to tell you what exactly we do, so we are just not just like buying and selling of devices. So, what we also do is we also recycle devices, plus we also rent devices, we also repair the devices. Also, we are coming into the insurance sector, wherein people can just pay a very minimal insurance amount, and they can just secure their devices. Plus, also we are launching a platform, or you can say app, for just not only for businesses but for consumers as well, to manage their devices. Because now, for example, if something happens to your phone, which should not happen, but I'm telling you, if something happens to your phone, so you don't have the receipt available, right? Because if you have to claim the warranty, you don't know the purchase date, you don't have the invoice, right? So that's how I think a lot of customers are still not educated on the importance of having all these details handy. So that's what we are trying to create, an application where customers can upload all the data of all the devices that they have. So in turn, we also get to know that, okay, what is the exact number of devices you have. But also along with that, we also give an option from the app itself. You can just request a repair, because if something happens, you don't know whom to call for repair, like a trusted reliable partner for repair.
right.
Plus also once the expiry, for example, the phone gives 1 year warranty, but you don't know after 1 year, you don't know when the actually warranty is lapsing. So that's also we will be able to track through the application. We can just send you that, okay, hey, your warranty is expiring, you can take a subscription from us to insure your devices. So that way customers can make more informed choices, and they'll be in a better position. So instead of they waiting for something bad to happen to their devices, they'll
Yeah.
be pre-secured from us. And that's how we want to create a platform where it's like we'll be basically helping them to manage their devices.
Right. And you're not directly from the phone manufacturer itself. You are a third party to where they would pretty much manage their warranties, repairs,
Correct.
replacements, everything like
Correct.
that. And
Correct,
then you
because
have,
currently there's no solution as such, because everyone is
yeah,
just focusing on selling used devices, because everyone is feeling like this is a big opportunity just to sell devices, make good money. But our intention is just not about selling the devices, but about, again, how do we manage the devices to elongate the life of the devices. So that's how we want to target the market.
I love that. And so let's just say I break my phone and I have an insurance policy through you guys. Do I
Correct.
mail it into you and do you mail it back
so
to me
so
or do you
as I
guys?
mentioned, if you have our application where you just put the details, so from there itself you can just request for insurance claim. Will just
Uh-huh.
come within 24 hours. In fact, for while taking your device for repair, we also give it a replacement phone, so that for example, you only have one device. So how do we work? Because if you give the device to us, there should be some backup also, right? So we also give a backup device to you, so that at least your productivity is not hampered. And then we just within 24 hours we get your device repaired or replaced and give it back to you.
Oh, that's wonderful. Now, do I mail my old phone in, or does somebody come and actually bring me a phone?
We'll
And
we pick up the device all over UAE, because we don't want you to take all this trouble, because whenever customers ship a product, it's very costly for them, because again they
yeah,
are working as a customer. But for us, we are tied up with logistics partner, so it becomes cheaper for us to pick up the item. And since we are taking the responsibility to help you guys as a customer, so it's my responsibility to take the devices.
I absolutely love that. And it sounds like from this model and from the food delivery, you've really hit a key point of convenience
Correct, yeah,
and customer satisfaction. I think that is
exactly,
what
correct.
we all want, is a more convenient line.
Correct, because here in UAE, what we have seen is everyone wants comfort, and to be pampered. As a
Right.
customer, you want to get pampered. So that's where, I want to make sure that whatever devices that we sell, or whatever services that we sell, is of premium quality, and that's how, we want to retain our customer, and just don't burn on marketing to, look out for so many new customers. But I feel that, if you are able to manage and, nurture our existing customers, so I think, we are just done through it.
So let me ask you this: where do you see Retake in the next 5 to 10 years? What's your vision
So
for it? What's your aspirations for it?
okay, so we are seeing Retake as, one of the top refurbisher in the entire GCC region, plus also in the African market. So because currently we already have signed MOU to launch in African two countries, Nigeria and Kenya. So I think our target is, we want to be the number one player in the refurbished market across GCC. And then we don't want to help customers, but we also want to serve retailers, wholesalers, and everyone. So that's the biggest vision that we have for Retake.
I love that. I love that. And you already mentioned it a little bit, but you see yourself taking Retake into other countries.
Yes,
Um,
yes. So because, yeah, that's already we are in the pipeline, and so we are in the process of fundraising recently, and we have got very good response from the few investors. So we'll be pretty confident that, maybe like you're targeting out 5 years, but I think within 2 3 years we should be the number one player in the GCC region at least.
Man, I love that. I love what you guys are doing. I love that you're so customer centric, that you
Yeah.
built it on the building blocks of, a good experience that's convenient, because a lot of
Yeah.
businesses aren't. I think a lot of businesses prioritize money and
Yeah,
over
because that's what
convenience.
I've seen, because this market is very unorganized, and everyone is just focusing on selling the devices, and they don't give proper warranty also. They just
Oh
want
yeah.
to take the devices out from their warehouse, and that's it, and then they forget you. Like, who are you when you go back to them?
Right.
So again, we want, because that's why, people don't trust in buying used electronics. So we want to regain that trust in the customer's mind, because that way, I think we'll be able, if the customers are very confident about buying used electronics, so I'm sure, lot of e-waste can be reduced, and at the same time a lot of, devices can be used again, and that way, we can save the environment.
I love that. I love that. So for our listeners now, if they wanted to come and see your business, they just go to retake.ae
Dot .ae, yes.
and can pretty much sign up right there. And
Yes, they can just sign up or just reach out to us, and we'll be
okay,
there to help them.
awesome. Well, thank you so
Yeah.
much for being on our podcast. Thank you for your words of
Thank you,
wisdom
Brian.
and insight, and we
Yeah,
appreciate it.
sure. Thank you so much, Brian, and love to do again podcast whenever given a chance.